Hello, good evening, and welcome to Candy's Crafts Corner. I'm Candy Rodo, coming to you live from New York. How are you all doing? Hope you had a nice week. So today, as I announced, we're gonna make some alternative cards with the beautiful, gorgeous paper pumpkin kit that celebrates 10 years of paper pumpkin. It's called accordingly 10 years of growth, and it's one of the best kits we've had for a while, I think, in my opinion, my humble opinion. It makes all these cards, and these are the cards that come in the set. We have here with the big happy and some plants. It's all plants because, like that's how you show growth, kind of like the metaphor that they're using. And this is another one. Here's to another year of growth. I think it's a beautiful message for birthdays or other occasions, And then we have the little bookcase with the plant in front. This one is You Deserve the Best. It has many other sentiments, as said. You have To a Wonderful Mother, perfect for Mother's Day. You have a Mother's Day, sending all our love to an incredible woman. And let's see. And I guess this is the happy, the big happy that you can combine with To Call You a Friend, or Happy Easter, Happy Spring, Happy Anniversary, Happy Birthday. There's a little bit of everything in this set. So I thought that we'll do some alternative cards with it. And let me show you what I have planned. I have planned 3 because, I don't like to go over an hour, and this is going to be close to an hour or over, but we'll see. So this is the first one that I came up with. It uses the happy stamp embossed in vellum and heat embossed with gold on vellum. And this is also embossed, and then you have like your little leaf inside that also comes from the set. Then I have this fanfold here, and I used it as a birthday card, or well, actually, here's to another year of growth. It can be for anything, but you can use any of the combination messages that come in the set, or any of the ones that you have. Then finally, we have this one that I made for Mother's Day, and it looks nice, right? It uses one of our 3D basic embossing folders. I love the 3 of them. They're really great. This is the one with the dots. And then when you open it, you get a pop-up with the plants, and I don't know if it shows very well on camera here, but it's the plants in front of the window. And you can put a message here. I decided not to, but because I need room to write for me and my sister, to write for my mom. This is gonna be for my mom. I hope she's not watching, because otherwise, hi Peggy, thank you for joining. I hope that my mom is not watching, because otherwise there goes a surprise, but she doesn't speak English, so hopefully she won't understand that much. Anyway, let's get started. All right, so we'll start with this one, and I preheated some of the pieces, preheat embossed some of the pieces, because I don't want to spend too much time over my self-allotted time. So to start with this, I used the hand-drawn dots. I just dropped something on the floor as usual. It's very small space here. So these are hand-drawn dots, and it's one of our background stamp sets, and I used Versamark on it. I stamped it on a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of basic white, and I put the gold embossing folder over it, and I heat emboss it with our heating tool, and that's the result. Okay, so that's gonna be our background, but like our second layer, because there's one layer underneath, and it's this gold frame around it. And I did this with, let me show you, I did this with, or, and I apologize for my Tupperware here, gilded leafing. I used this because it was the right size, but it came with the fork and and the knife, and it's not very pretty to look at. But anyway, it serves a purpose. So let me show you what I was saying about the bottom layer, because it does look like it's all gold, but it's not. I took a piece of 5 3/8 by 4 1/8, I think. Let me measure that for you really quickly. Yeah, it's 4 1/8, yes. And what we're gonna do with it is kind of like an easy, how you call that, gold leafing. I'm taking our Stampin' Seal Plus, and I'm gonna do a little side thing here, like, you know, like not the whole way in. You can do the whole way in. What I'm gonna do is then I'm gonna fold it over itself, and it didn't hold. Okay, there we go. So I have a thick border, and I'm gonna go around with all of them. So the extra, I just fold over itself. And for this kind of thing, the silicone mat is really helpful, because for any time that you have to glue something, things don't get stuck and they don't mess up with your work surface. So we're gonna go around, and then for the final side. Hi, Kate. Yes, this set, Kate says that we can do a lot with the pattern, and yes, I'm thinking that you're talking about the hand-drawn dots. They're really fun, I think. They give a texture, they can give it fun. If you color them in different colors, it could be a fun thing to do as well. Anyway, so we have now our border glued, or sewed off, and now we're gonna take my, hi Naomi, how are you? We're gonna take our gold leafing, and I'm doing it like this because I don't want to mess the house, because I vacuumed this morning and I'm gonna have to vacuum after this. Oh well, then just press it against the gold leafing, and then just with a brush brush it off, the excess. And then we're gonna do that for, okay, I have two brushes here because sometimes I think that the foam brush is better, and then other times I think that the other one is better. The thing I like about the foam brush is that it doesn't leave little hairs, and sometimes the little hairs from this brush get stuck on that, and I have to be careful. But at the same time, sometimes, I don't know, I change. Sometimes I do it with one, sometimes I do it with the other. I guess it's a mood thing. So this is what's gonna take the longest to do. I mean, it's not that complicated, but you know. I wanna be careful because I could do it harsher and quicker, but as I said, I vacuumed this morning and this gold leafing trying to fly away. So I'm gonna do my other side here. It doesn't have to be perfect. Remember that. First off, nothing handmade is perfect because it's handmade. But second off, we're gonna cover most of it. So we're only gonna see like 1/8 of an inch around our card. So no worries if it's not super perfect. I mean, the other way to go around it to get the same effect would be to use our beautiful distressed gold paper. and put it underneath, but you know, I wanted to try something different, and this has a little bit more texture than that. There you go. Nice and sort of easy, messy, and I did pretty well, I think. Okay, I spoke, and now I have gold flakes on my lap. So for that, and to clean my space, I have this little hand vacuum. I love this. Also using it on my lap right now, off camera, but anyway, I don't want them to end up on the floor. There you go. Peggy, yes, you will. I mean, it's fun. You could actually do these signs with the gold leafing as well. Peggy is saying that she's never used it before. So, I mean, we have embossing paste that you can use with that, but I find that this is actually very easy. You can put regular glue, and when it's tacky, let it dry a little bit, and when it's tacky, you could just put things. And masking or masks and stencils work very well with that as well for the gold leafing. But anyway, proceeding with our card. So this is all I want. It's just like the little edge around it. It looks very nice, right? So I'm gonna put some dimensionals because I want them a little separate, because there's so little of it that it's kind of cool that you can see a little bit more from the side. So if it's lifted, it's better than if it's right glued right on it. All right, so where is my picking tool? Like, just to take the backing stuff, like this is the take your pick tool, and you can just take your backings of your dimensionals like this very easily. They'll get all stuck here, so you just pull them to the garbage so they don't end up everywhere. And now we're gonna it's very small margin, so you just want to make sure that every edge is seen and the top edge is not seen. Okay, let me lower it a little bit. It's hard to see when you have the camera on your nose, literally. Because I normally I would put my head right over it, but now I have the phone. Anyway, so this is how it looks like, right? Pretty nice. And then we are gonna, here's another gold flake. Where's my, there you go. Excuse my little table vacuum. Very handy. Okay, so now we need the focal piece, and for that, I use the decal rectangle. I think this is the third one, the largest one. Third largest, not the largest one. And we're gonna stamp this beautiful image of the lilies onto this paper. I think lilies are gorgeous, and you can color them whatever color you want. I just wanted to use the colors of the set, suggested by this paper pumpkin that were, just to remind you, Coastal Cabana, Crumb Cake, Fresh Freesia, Garden Green, Golden Orchid Oasis, Polished Pink, Shaded Spruce, and Gold Foil, which I used with the leafing and the embossing. So anyway, and it comes, I mean, we have a happy that it comes already with the gold in the set. It's just like, it's a really nice set. You'll see, because I use that happy for the other card, the pop-up card. Anyway, so I'm gonna stamp this. This is a photopolymer, so I'm gonna use my foam mat. And where is my foam mat? Right here. I'm gonna stamp off because I want to see the design, but I wanna have, am I using, okay, here it is. Yes, I wanna have my sample so I can put it more or less in the same place. So I want to see the design, but I don't want the outline to be too marked. So that's why this is perfect, purpose-wise. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna color it with ink as if it was watercolor. So let me open these things. I'm making room in my little table, my TV trays. For those of you who don't know, that's my crafting space, a TV tray. It's a little sad. I don't have a craft room like many of you do. But living in Manhattan, you have to get used to cramped spaces. So I'm using fresh freesia, polished pink, Orchid Oasis, and I was debating if I should use the shade Spruce of Garden Green. I'm gonna use Garden Green. I think that's what I decided finally. I'm gonna put this one off camera because I don't have room. Alright, so let's do this as quickly as possible. And we're using the water painters. Alright, so just water painters have this water reservoir inside. Just press where it says push, and then some water comes out. Let's see, yes, it's coming out. You see my wet finger right there. And oh, I need a paper towel, and I don't know if I have it in with me or not. Oh, it fell on the floor. There we go. All right, so just gonna start with a little bit of pink in the middle of the flowers, mixed with the water. I put some drops of the re-inkers on the lids to have more. Just this is not coming with enough water. Oh, there we go. I want just something very soft, so I'm mixing it with a lot of water. I'm just putting it in the middle. As I said, you can use whatever colors. Some of the Easter lilies, if you're making an Easter card, have more of like the white. You could just leave it white and just do a little border, a silhouette, following the silhouette of the flower. Anyway, then you clean your brush to use another color. I'm gonna close this one to avoid accidents. And then we're gonna go with the fresh freesia, and I'm gonna get a little bit of fresh freesia. I'm gonna put a little bit more, going over what I have already put, and a little bit beyond, almost to the border. I'm gonna do this fold here. And hi Deborah, how are you? Thank you for joining. So I'm gonna like fresh freesia. Fresh freesia, by the way, is one of the colors that may be leaving us at the end of April, because it's the ink colors from 2021-2023. It happens to be one of my favorites, so I stocked up. I recommend you do the same if you like it, because you may live to regret it. And if you have the stamp set, the stamping pad, don't forget to get the re-inker, so for when you run out of ink. These ones that I've seen people considering this a leaf, I think it's more like a bud, so I'm coloring it as if it was a bud. So all right, so we're done with fresh freesia. I'm gonna close this, and I'm gonna do a little touch of Orchid Oasis for the outer part of the petals. It's kind of a little tie-dye, don't you think? And then, yeah. Almost done. And as I said, you can do whichever colors, like white lilies are nice. You can do like those ones that have the little, the tiger lilies kind of. That would be nice. And these came a little too dark for my taste. But anyway, I can put a little bit more water and soften it a bit. There. I can make the others a little darker to go match with it. It's just all about improvising. Following your artistic impulses. So, intuition. All right. So I think that's nice enough. I'm gonna go now for the green. Clean this. They clean so easily. It's just really, really cool. Anyway, and then garden green for the leaves. I used another of these images and colored the same way for another card, but I've already pre-colored it, so you don't have to see me doing this twice. Thanks, Deb. I'm glad you like it. I just love this paper pumpkin. Really, really, really nice. I like the cards as they come as well. But of course, I use now a lot of the materials to make other cards, so I'm gonna have to improvise for the pieces that I have left. But believe me, very versatile. Hi, Julia. Thank you for joining. Very versatile set, so I'll find use for everything, every piece. And I'm considering buying the refill too for this one because I love it so much. All right, so I'm gonna put a little bit more darker accents on the places where the leaf meets the stem, and here at the bottom of the bud, kind of. I mean, it doesn't have to be a, you know, like a very realistic watercolor image, but you know, like it gives it a little bit of more dimension if you add something like that. All right, so this is all right, this is my image. Clearing this so we can use it later for something else. And following my card here, what else do I need? I forget. And then we have, we have the happy here that I already pre-heat embossed. I love how the embossing, gold embossing looks over the vellum because it makes it so shiny and so perfect. I love it. Love it, love it. It's my first time embossing that. And I also heat embossed the vase, the pot. So I'm gonna fussy cut this. Getting my trusted snips. My intention was not to heat emboss all around the pot, but only the dots, so they would match the hand-drawn dots on the background. But I used crumb cake, and it apparently wasn't dry enough when I put the powder, and it went all over it. So that's how it came up, and I kind of like it. Happy accidents, right? Oh, and by the way, I'm using a part of another, like the front of the other card, that like the back. I use the front for another card, and I'm using the back cardstock because nothing goes to waste, right? So I'm cutting the pot. All right. And thank God I pre-did things because otherwise we'd be here for 3 hours. But anyway. The paper, Naomi is asking if the paper gets wet, wavy when it gets wet. I'm not using that much water. It's a little bit wavy, but not that much. If it gets too wavy, you can put some water in the back to counteract the wave, and it would kind of straighten up. Or you can also let it dry with something heavy on top of it. But in this case, I'm not gonna worry because it didn't curl so much. But thank you for asking. Hi, Danette. Hello. Good evening. And now we have our pot, and I'm gonna give it a little bit of a curl so it looks a little bit more 3D. And I'm gonna put it like here. It's a little off center, I realized now, but anyway, we're gonna put it up here with 2 dimensionals, and I'm gonna put the dimensionals in the center. There we go. And where's my take your pick tool? You know what I'm gonna do with this? Since I did this on the side, I'm gonna put the happy birthday on the other side, and it will, I think it will be okay. We'll see. All right, next we're fussy cutting the happy. Vellum is very easy to fussy cut. Vellum is very easy for everything. I love it. The only thing it's not easy for is gluing it, because it's see-through, so you have to be very careful where you put your glue. But honestly, it was not so hard. See, I remember where I put my glue dots. Actually, they were small dimensionals, so no glue dots. I'm moving the piece of vellum as I go with the scissors, and you have to be careful because it goes very, very quickly, because it's easy to cut, so you can go beyond the point where you want to go, but it doesn't matter. It works anyway. I hope I'm on camera. I think I am. You have the tendency to fussy cut closer to your face so you can see what you're doing, right? Thanks, Peggy. I'm happy that you like that. You know, it gives it a more dimension if you curl things, or when you put your flowers in, if you curl them instead of just putting them right straight. And I like the 3D impression that it makes, you know, the 3D effect. It's kind of warm today here in New York. It was like, what is it, like 60 something? But my landlord decided to put the heating a full blast, so it's quite toasty here right now. But I don't want to open the window because I live next to the fire department, and you can hear them going all night. So this is my happy fussy cut, and we're gonna attach it with dimensionals like this. Okay, maybe we'll glue this first. Where's my glue? I put too much glue. This is a new one, and it came like more than I wanted. So be careful not to press it down too strong. I'm gonna see, I get more or less in the center. Oh, I forgot to put the, okay, good. I forgot to put this around, but not, oh, this, yes, this around. So I'm gonna cheat here. I'm gonna lift it a little bit because it's still wet, so I can still lift it and leave it like that, and then I'll worry about it later. Then I cut enough that it will go around. I use another kind of trim here because I couldn't find this one, and I'm running out of it. I have to buy more because I use the gold trim all the time. but this one frays so much. I'm so happy I found this one, the one that I intended to use. So this I'll put underneath like that, and hopefully it will get off the other side at some point. If not, we'll have to fish it out. I did that the other day. I just like to do it that way when the card is lifted, just because I see where it's going. And let's see if I can fish it out. I don't see it. Where the heck is it? I think it's going on the other side. Oh, I see what it is. Sorry, people. I honestly, I did it much easier the other day, and today it's not working, but we'll fish it out. Sorry. I got it. I got it. There we go. Press this down, and we'll do the bow later on. I'll finish attaching this properly. Okay? Because I want to worry about my happy on my birthday, and I think I'm gonna put a mini dimensional here and here and here, and with 3, this is vellum, it's very lightweight, so it's easy to hold. You don't need a lot. Now I'm looking for my mini dimensionals, and I don't see them. Oh, here they are. What else went on the floor? All right, so we set here, kind of where the letters, can you see where the letters get together? There's a little bit more of the embossing, so I can hide them there, because as you know, vellum will show if you don't hide it well. I think this is enough. Okay. 1, 2, and 3. Done. And you see it's a little curved, so I was kind of like, oh, I want it straight, but how I gauge it is that this should be kind of straight, so at least the 2-piece, the bottom parts of the 2-piece, and maybe a little farther down, like that. There you go. Cute, right? And then because I put this off center, because I didn't stamp it properly, I'm gonna put my birthday thing on the other side and see if it works. I think it will. Yes. So I used a strip of the other part of the card, the back of another card, or any kind of strip that you want. And how do you see how this is stamped in different colors? I used stamping right markers in a couple of colors, and the fresh fuchsia and the pink and the Orchid Oasis. And I just colored part of the letters like that, and with the thick part of it. So I'm gonna start with the fresh fuchsia in the middle. You can do bottom and this is the polished pink, and then thicker part. I need the thicker part, and this a little bit more of the Orchid Oasis. I'm gonna go back to this one, and actually I'm gonna add a little bit here. Just, you know, see if it works for you. If not, you can do it again. I'm gonna put a little bit of my breath in there. Not very COVID safe, but I'm joking. I'm gonna use my mat and see how this looks. There you go. It's a little bit, it was a little down. But anyway, I'm gonna trim it probably. Can you see the different colors? It's kind of cute. It has a tie-dye effect, so to speak. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna trim it because this is too white anyway. So I'm just gonna trim it with my, that's it. I think this is good enough. And then we're gonna attach it also with mini dimensionals. Okay, let's get the card that didn't have the. What I'll do is I'll put a mini dimensional here and a glue dot here because this is gonna be on top of this that is already raised, so I don't need it crooked with double height. Okay, my glue dot with my pick. All right. And with this, we find the place where we want to put it. I want to see there. I think this looks nice. What do you guys think? Right? And then all we need to do is now make the little bow, or not with a K. And for this I need another dimensional glue dot because I'll put a glue dot here so it lets me make a nice knot without needing my finger right there, because it will hold with the glue dot. All right, we'll play with it until it looks how you would like it. I want it a little shorter this side. And that's it. We're gonna trim the sides. And there you go. Let me put the markers away so you can see the result. All right, so this is our first card. Oh my God, it's already 37 minutes. But bear with me, we have more coming. I don't know why this is a little crooked, but anyway, I think it looks nice enough, right? All right, so next card. Oh, by the way, we didn't attach it to the base card. Sorry. So now you attach it to the base card. This is the easy part, right? And you can decorate the inside with one of the leaves, but I'm not gonna do it in camera, so not to waste time. I'll attach it, but I'm not gonna decorate the inside right now. So just a little bit of liquid glue, because when I play with such slim margins, because we only need like 1/8 of an inch in each side, it's good to have wiggle room to move it around, like this case, so we see everything. All right, so that's your card. Very pretty. I think I like it. I think anybody for a birthday who could use it, but you can do Happy Easter, having this in another color, in the same colors, whichever you want. That's the idea of this card. Now for card number 2, it's gonna be this fan fold, and I'm gonna do it a little different than this one because I think I didn't check what the side, the exact measurements of the fan fold were, so I cut this in the middle. I think for this one I'm gonna have a little bit wider section here, so it closes a little bit better. But I mean, it still works. So let's get to it. And I've already pre-colored this, so you won't see me doing this again. And I actually fussy cut it, so we don't waste that much time. I did a little darker, you can tell. Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but I lost a little bit of the detail there. But anyway, you can also put some Wink of Stella on those. I think they will look nice. So for this card, we have, let me put it aside. Okay, I don't have room to put it anywhere. This is very frustrating sometimes. Thank you, Deborah. I'm glad you like it. For this card, we're gonna use Polish Pink, and this is your basic card, 5.25 by 4.25, and then to make the fold, we're gonna cut a part of here, and as I said, I cut a 2 1/8, is it, to make it the half of the 4.25, but I think I'm gonna cut less this time. I'm gonna cut 1.25 and see what happens. So let's get to it. I'm just gonna cut the front. So 1.25, I'm gonna actually use the other side of the cutting line, and 1.25 will be that. And let's see what happens. I'm gonna save this for messages or accents or something else. This is, I'm gonna crease it properly. It looks like it was a little bumpy. And then, as you saw, for this, what I did is like I wanted to mimic what was going on the box here, because I love the box, I love the color combination, and I wanted to mimic this a little bit for the bottom layer of this. So I just grabbed a pen like the water pen again, and I'm gonna take this off because I'm gonna be coloring again. And we are gonna use now the thicker of the water painters, and I'm gonna open again all the stamping pads that I have, again in the same colors: Polish Pink, Orchid Oasis, and Fresh Fuchsia, and Garden Green. And actually, maybe I'll use even the Shaded Spruce. Alright, so I'm just gonna put water in there. That's a gold speckle. That's what happens when you do, and just gonna like this, and then you don't have to clean much when it's the similar color. And then I'm gonna actually, maybe I'll clean it to get to darker colors as I go. Trying to do it fast so I don't keep you here too long. And then what other colors am I using? Okay, the greens. I would like to be on camera for all the colors. I'm just narrating what I'm doing because, you know, it's almost impossible. Just like you can add colors there in the middle if you want, and just keep going, you know. More, you can do darker versions of the color as well. And let's get the Shaded Spruce as well. Get plenty of variety. I'm afraid I'm gonna get ink over my sweater, and this is not my sweater. This a friend of mine lent it to me because I was doing watercolor, and I put all the watercolor on my own sweater. And yeah, anyway, so she was nice enough to lend me one, so I don't want to get it now dirty with ink. So well, let's try doing a little bit darker. A little bit more Garden Green here. Maybe it's getting too dark. You can put some water and see if it moves around. More Fresh Fuchsia. More Orchid Oasis. garden green. You know, if you put more water or less water, it will look like you have different shades of the same color. But it came a little dark there, but it doesn't matter. It's just impression, and however you like it, you can do it. The other thing is if you put water first and then the color, it will make it a little softer as well. See? I'm gonna put some more Orchid Oasis here. And what am I missing? A little pink. Polish pink. And we're gonna finish with fresh fuchsia here. All right, let me close all the pads before we have an accident. I've already had one today, so I want another one. All right. Sometimes I think I need an assistant to do all these little things, right? While I'm focusing on the important things, like creating. But anyway, you cannot create, at least I cannot create with a very too messy an environment. So we have something like this, a little wet. See, Naomi, it curled a little bit. If I can put water, if I would put water in here, it will soften the curl. But I'm not gonna care because I'm gonna glue this directly on my card. So, and we already cut the front, so we're just gonna put it like this. Oh, I didn't adjust this. I didn't cut this to the, oh yes I did. Yes, this is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Okay, so it's like, so you can see 1/8 of an inch all around, or is it 1/16? I think it's 1/16. Anyway, so let's put some glue. Ideally, you let it dry a little bit more, but we don't have time, so we're gonna proceed. Make sure that the edge is visible on this side. Just press it down. All right. Thanks, Deborah. Yeah, I love this box. I love the color combination. So I thought like, oh, that background kind of like cameo kind of looking. And this, I don't like it how it came out because it's too strong and messy, but it is gonna be covered, so it's perfect. No problem at all. Oh, I think we need a little bit more color in this quarter, so in this corner. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of, see, the spruce that I have to happen to have the top of my, hopefully I won't mess it up. All right. Next we have to decorate this part. And for this, I just used, this is okay, let me tell you the exact measurements, okay? Because I'm playing by heart here, but this is, what is it, like 2 1/7/8 by 5 and I want to say 1 2 3/8. Yes, white piece. It can come from the back part of one of those fronts if you're disassembling the card bases that came in the kit, or it can be just basic white that you do. So you'll have like the 1/8 of an inch here, or the 1/16 of an inch, I don't know, but the same amount that is showing around here. It will show about around there. And what I did for this is that I just used the stamps that come with the set, the kit, and this was a double kit, double set of stamps. So we got 2 of them. So I got like the flowers, not the flowers, the leaves, this one, and where's the other one? Oh, here, this one. And I'm gonna just do some stamping in different colors. I'm gonna start with I'm gonna do the leaves in green because traditional. Garden green. And where's my mat? All right, so just however you want it. And I need my cleaning chamois because I'm gonna use the same leaf in another color. And I'm gonna do it also in shade spruce. I'm gonna twist this around and just do something different like this, maybe, to begin with. And then we're gonna use the other one and we're gonna get going, see how we like it, and then we can add more things or stamp again. This I'm using polished pink. I don't use this color that much, but it works very well because I mean they know what they're doing, right? The color combination of this paper pumpkin is so cute. I love it. All right, let me do it in fresh freesia as well. I think because the other card had less space here, I'm gonna need to stamp more times to fill up my wider space, because I did the other card half, so it was only 2 1/8 instead of 3. Maybe I'll do just this like this. I'm gonna put a little bit of this again. And in garden green, I'm gonna stamp off so it's a little lighter, so it will give the effect that it's I'm gonna clean this up. It will give the effect that it's a different shade. Oh, I didn't stamp off. I forgot. I just said that I was gonna do it, and then I didn't. But now that I've done it, I'll do it like this. Here. There you go. And I think we need just like that. And then I'm gonna still put some of the little berry, or is it a smaller kind of eucalyptus branch? I don't know if it's berries or what. And I'll do the pink down here. Sometimes it's easier to do this in a bigger piece of paper and then just cut it, rather than have the exact size and try to fill it up, you know. But when you do a one sheet wonder, that you just use your sheet, and this I'm gonna stamp off, people, and I'm gonna remember to stamp off. Sorry, I hit the camera. There you go, stamped off. All right, I'm happy with this. I think it looks nice. I'm gonna clean this. Because I may need it later. So we're gonna assemble the car. Now, we're gonna put this here. Liquid glue. Don't need the mat anymore for now. Trying to be careful because, as I said, this is a new tumble glue, and it comes in generous pores out of the bottle. All right. All right, so now we need the focal point, and for this we have 3 by 6. I use the same color. You can use like the same color of my cardstock for the card base, but you can use a contrasting color if you want. Okay, I think we're done with the water painters. I'm gonna put them away. Trying to make some room in this really tiny space. All right, so we're gonna fold this in the middle. So I'm gonna put a score it. And that works. Some people don't like to score. I usually like to score because sometimes you can get it more perfect when you do it by hand. But I can always crease it to the corner if it's a little bit off. But anyway, this is gonna go like this. All right. So let's decorate it first and before we attach it. And to decorate it, I use the square rectangles. The one that's a little bit smaller than the 3 inches. This is now a square that is 3 inches by 3 inches, so it's like the one down. And I use the scalloped edge one. You can use the stitch, what is it called? The shapes die. I can't remember exactly the name, but anything that would fit in here, it would be nice. So where's my original card? Let's attach this. Or maybe what we'll do is we'll attach the flowers first, and then here they are. All right. So we're gonna curl the flowers again, like I did with the pot. I just like to give it a little bit of a curl to the edges so they're not super flat, and sometimes in a diagonal, and sometimes just in the middle from the leaves. And if you don't like it, you can always push it back. So, you see how it looks on your card like this. I like it. I do. And I put it a little bit to the side because I'm going to put my sentiment on this side here. So I'm just going to use glue dots for this. I'm going to put one there. One there. I don't want to put them too much in the top because this may come outside the square. That's kind of what makes it breaks the line. So I'm going to put it on the bottom of the flower in case these tops go outside my base there, my rectangle. Okay. It's sometimes hard to see if I miss any of the glue dots, so I always pass the finger before I cut the excess. Make sure that there's none left there. None goes to waste. It's like that I hate that when you get to the end now, well, now that they put them on the other side, like the end ones end up against the cardstock here, like in the circle cardboard, and they're totally useless then because, you know, they don't come off. I don't know who thought of the idea of changing that, but that was not a good idea, people. Okay, I'm gonna put this here on this side. You see, it breaks a little bit outside, but it looks nice. And then we're gonna get one of these labels that came in the set, the one that has the flat ends. And I'm gonna put the "Here's to Another Year of Growth" because I do like that sentiment. And I have it right here. Perfect. Oh, I had it ready. Woohoo! Go me. All right. I'm gonna stamp it whichever color you want, but I'm using Orchid Oasis and my mug. Satisfied, otherwise I would turn it around and do it again, but I think it looks fine. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure that the stamp pads don't fall all over the place. All right, and now we have, I put something underneath this because I thought it would look nice. It gives it, like, it ties it with the, so it's not white on white, it ties it with the pink there. So let's see, I'm actually gonna do it the other way around. I'm gonna put the dimensionals first, take the backs off, and then I'll trim it once it's there so I know. Actually, I put this dimension a little bit too close to the edge there, moving it further in. Just a little bit, so like so. I could use another dimensional here, so let's grab it. Where did I put them? Oh, here. Right there. And I'm gonna trim it with my snips. There we go. We're gonna put it here with dimensionals too, but this time I'll use the big ones. One, I'm gonna do 3, 2, and 3. Well, I adjusted the height of my camera today, and I think it's working better because I'm not off camera all the time, because it covers more stuff. So finally, I'm learning every day, right? All right, so I'm gonna put this, that I see a little bit of the scallop edge underneath, and that it looks straight. It does. It looks like. All right, so now we're gonna put it back here. I was thinking if I need to put a dimensional there or not, but I think it's fine. Center this. And now to complete the card, I think when it dried, it kind of curled my base, but it's fine. I'm gonna center this with the flap open. And it will go like this. I think it looks better than the skinnier one. What do you think? And anyway, here you can put a piece of white, which I had here, but I just don't want to entertain you more because I want to go to my last card. Okay? Oh, but let's put some embellishments here. And I use the brass butterflies because they're pretty. And they go to flowers. They go with the flowers. So I did one big here. One smaller one here. And another big one on this side. There you go. Cute card, right? No, I'll put that later. You know, you don't need me to show you how to put a white piece of card. It's the same side that, you know, it's 2 and what is it? It's like an eighth less than 3. So 2 and 7/8, I think. All right. So I'll attach it later, and you can decorate it. Here I put a little bit of the leaves, same way like in the corners, like that, one of each. But I don't want to waste your time right now because I want to go to the last card. Yay, and it's already an hour, past an hour, so I'm sorry about that. I try to go fast and have things pre-done, but it always takes time. I don't know, my cards maybe are too complicated. Not too complicated, but you know, more elaborate, I would say, you know, and since we have to create our own paper and everything. But anyway, the last card is this one, the pop-up card. It's very easy on the front, and it's very nice on the front. And you see, I use the same technique that I show you of the paper that I created, and I cut this with the Stitch So Sweetly die. You see? So you can do another one of that when you're doing the base for the other one. It's the same as the background of this. And then I just cut the label from there, and I think it looks really cute. And because I wanted to use something similar to what it came, but because what it came with in one of the pieces, let me remind you, was this one. But then it's too wide to make anything horizontal, so that's why I said, like, oh, let's do the staining technique again, and I cut it with this. So let's do that. I've already pre-cut the pieces, so you don't have to spend too much time with that. I use, this is a vertical card, so you need half of a sheet, but cut lengthwise, like this. Okay, so 5.5 by 4 1/4. And this is Orchid Oasis. This is one of the colors that came in the recommended in the set. So then I use the 3D basic embossing folders, and I use this one. This is, I don't know the dots. I don't know how it's called technically because they don't tell you the names of the folders. They just said there is 3 of them in the 3D basics, and I love them all. You know, it's a very good value, I think, and I'm gonna use them over and over and over again. I've already used them all several times. And here we have our label. I do like that because it kind of mimics, see, this is one of the leaves that come here, and it mimics the same thing. So I like that. I hope you agree. Hi, Julia. Yes, who doesn't love embellishments, right? Okay, so let's do the front, and then we'll do the inside separately. So for the front, I'm gonna put these with dimensionals. Trying to go quickly because I'm conscious of the time. I haven't eaten dinner and I'm hungry, but I want to spend the time to show you things properly. Okay, that's what I used to use, the Take Your Pick tool, to take the backs off, because this is what happens. Alright, so put this in the center. I should have glued the back first to make sure that we're straight, but we'll guess that we're straight. I mean, the dots come in lines, and if I embossed it straight, it should be a good guide. So let's glue this. I have to change the plates of my cut and emboss machine because they leave little shards of plastic sometimes. But anyway, no biggie. Alright, so then we have our happy. And then, did I not have enough of these flowers out? Oh well, I'll find them. I have leftovers, I hope, because otherwise, what am I gonna put behind here? So for the happy, we're gonna put it with dimensionals, the mini dimensionals, and probably we're gonna have to cut them in half. And I think that's what I did. There's 2 halves, and now another one with 2 halves. Sorry, I was out of camera now, I'm sorry. But anyway, I'm describing cutting mini dimensionals in half. No big mystery. This I'm gonna take with my nails today that I have nails, because they're too small even for the Take Your Pick tool. Again, my gauge for the straight is the 2 piece. Yeah, and that's it. And then, as I said, I need some of these. I'm looking for some of these back ones. I thought I had them out, but obviously I didn't. I'm sure I did, because they're not there. Well, we have this one for the top, that's something. And then we have this one for the bottom, and I now need the purple ones. If not, we're gonna have to improvise. Oh, here they are. Duh, they're still here. I like these ones too. I mean, that's what I liked, the background, that it resembles the stain paper I was trying to make. So you can always make more of these by staining the paper and then use some leaf dies to cut some similar ones. Alright, so I think this is it for now. We're just gonna quickly put this one, so quickly without breaking anything. Attach it where you want it. I think I put this one like that, and then I'm gonna put the glue dots right underneath that there. I think I did one here, but I'm gonna fold it so it cannot be seen. These are pretty light, so you don't need a lot of glue. I'll do one here in the middle. This one, I think. I don't have to fold. And then I'll do one there on the top. And I think I don't have to fold that one either because it's wide enough. The leaf is wide enough. All right, so that's one. Then we're gonna put this one on top. I'm gonna put the dimensionals first. One on the top here. Okay, it broke. Huh. Well, I put the two parts then. And I'll do another one here. Like something like that. And then we're gonna do the bottom. And I'm gonna have to fold these dimensionals because these leaves have narrower. I go through so many glue dots, don't you? But I like these ones better than the ones that come in the set that have like the little cover, because they're more difficult to use, I think. See, one there. Make sure it doesn't show there. And sometimes though, the ones that come in the set are a little smaller than these, and then they're useful for that because then you don't have to fold them in half. I didn't check actually. I just went straight for mine. And there. And again, this one will layer on top. Maybe more like this. Different. I did it differently here, but doesn't matter. I like a little bit of variation. One there, one there. And let's see. We're gonna put it like that. All right, and now to complete the front of the card, that actually it's just like, I think it's a very nice card as it is. You can just put like white cardstock here and decorate with a little bit of the stamping one of the leaves there, and it will be a nice card already. But I went the extra step and I wanted to make it a pop-up card. So, and I promised a pop-up card. I'm using a polished pink. This one has like a little extra thingy. Oh wow. A polished pink over there. And then I'm gonna do the ones, like one big and one small, like I did in my original card. If I can grab it. Oh, what's it jumping? One there. And one there. And there you go. Cute, right? Okay, so let me show you the quick and easy inside if you choose to take it to an avid crafter level, even though it's not so complicated to make, right? It's this pop-up, and all you need is the paper, and then you see how it is. You make two cuts so you can prop something up there, and I prop the plants at two different lengths, so it gives the impression that one is closer to you when you open it than the other one. And you can actually, my idea was to use the bookshelf that comes here, this one. Oh, okay, let me, Candy making a mess here. This one, the bookshelf, instead of the window, But then I thought that the window would be nice, and I'm gonna save the bookshelf for something else. All right, so let's get to this quickly because it's already 10:20. My God, poor thing. So for this, I cut this paper at, let me tell you exactly, white cardstock, basic white, and it's 10 3/4 by 4 1/4. No, 4, sorry, so sorry, 4 1/8. All right, already folded for you. And what I'm gonna do, actually, you could do it by hand, but I did it with the blade, is to cut, to make 2 cuts here to prop the plants. So I'm not exactly sure what the distance was that I used, but I'm gonna find out because that worked. So I think it was like 3/4 of an inch, 3/4, and then 1/2 inch, and then on the other side a little bit more. It was almost 1.5 inch. Okay, so let's do this. So this is 3/4, and this is the one that comes farther here. So I'm doing it to a little bit more than an inch, but a hair more than an inch. And then I'm gonna move it, and I'm gonna do 1/2 inch, which is this, I think. And since I already have it at the same height, I'm just gonna go back, move backwards, because I left. So now they're at the same spot. And then on the other side, I'm gonna twist it around, and I'm gonna do, what did we say, like 1 1/4 inch. 1 1/4 inch. I'm gonna do a little bit less, more than an inch now, like a little bit, like 3/4 of an inch, more or less. Leave it and do half. I cannot measure half like here because I ran out of space. Right? Yeah. But I'm gonna eyeball it, more or less. Things like this is, how about, actually I can measure it with my little, I need a 1/2 inch. And this is like, look at my eyeballing. Perfect. On the dot. Okay. So now you have it like this. I think I did it too much in. I think I did it the other way around, but it doesn't matter. So what you do that is you prop, okay, let's take this off here. You prop this and you fold it the other way. Right? And then you mark it like that. This is not, there we go. It's not going to the end. Why isn't it not going to the end? When I fold it. There we go. Now. So it will give you these indentations. Crease it properly, and there you have your 2 plants. So in this case, I did it the other way around. I wanted to do this one, the one farther away, but it doesn't matter because it's gonna work anyway, right? So now we got our little plants here. I used the leaf, this leaf, and this to go in the pink pot. I think I'm gonna do this as the one further away because you see, otherwise you would see the top of this here. Can you see? Maybe I should do it like this so you can see. And then we're gonna put a little bit of glue there. For this part. And let it dry. And then I'm gonna do the same for this part. Not too much. Not much is needed. And for this part. And we have the two parts. Alright. Now what I did, I put this like here. Like here, actually, what I did is that I did it like before I attached it. And that was a better idea, it looks like. No, I still can put it in because it's not totally dry. But I'll tell you when I was doing that, I had glued it to put the leaves, and it wouldn't, you know, there was excess here, so and then it got attached to the top anyway. So now it will work like this, and I'm just gonna put a tiny little bit of glue here where the crisscross of these leaves, so they are a little bit more sturdy when they open. Let's see, like that. All right. This, okay, this keeps moving. I think it was not totally dry, but it still looks nice, right? We let it dry. I'm like, you know, it's always helpful. And then this one, gonna put a little bit of glue here. Not too much, because if there's excess, there we go. Because if there's excess, it's gonna be attached to the inside of your card, and you don't want that. And actually, I should have cut the window and put it first. Now that I realize, I'm like, there's missing something. Yes, it's missing the window that goes behind it. And let's see. I'm gonna put this away. Let's cut the window. Or like the bookshelf, if you prefer. We're almost done, people. I promise. And you can always, if you're watching the replay, you can always scroll down and fast forward. Right. I'm not even measuring, I'm just eyeballing. That is like as close as I have to this little ledge. And I may need to cut the ledge if there's no room for it, because I put the plant a little higher. So, see, this is what I used before to do the staining. Yeah, and I'm eyeballing. Yesterday I eyeballed so a little bit bad that actually, let me see how it goes, because I want to make sure it's a hair down, because I want the whole of the window. There, perfect. Now perfect. Yesterday not so perfect, but and now I'm gonna trim the bottom really close to the ledge there. Well, perfect. I did much better. Well, I had some practice. Let's bring this in and see if it fits, because it doesn't fit, see? Because I did this a little higher today, so I'm gonna cut the ledge off. and then it will fit. Let's cut the ledge. I hope it will fit. No. Let's see. Yes, now it goes. It's easier when you do this before you put the plants, you know, so you see where the bottom of your mechanism here is to hold it. But it worked, people. Little bit of glue. I'm gonna center this. And there you go. Now that it's dry, I can see that it works, and it does. So all you need now is to get your card and to assemble the inside, and to make sure that it falls perfectly. It's better to glue it with, yeah, like this. All right. So I'm holding it like that. Now that I know it falls like that, I'm gonna just put the glue around this, because I want this to so thoroughly attach. And then on the side and a little bit here, and then I'm just gonna fold it. Oh God, I moved it. Now that I had it all measured up. Oh, all right. It happens, right? Why is this not going? All right. There. All in. Now we have to do the other side. It's bulky, so it's kind of not difficult, but it, you know, you just have to make sure that it stays in the card. And it does. See, no borders come out. And when it opens, ta-da! We have the pop-up. All right. So this is it, people. Thank you for sticking out with me today. A little longer than I usually come out. And let me put the other cards. We did these 3 cards. This is the first card. It's right here. No, that's the other one. Not here. There we go. Oh, and I realized I forgot to put happy what? Or simply happy. But anyway, you know what? I'll leave it like that, because if I need it for Easter or for a birthday, I already have a Mother's Day and I only have one mother. So I have enough with that. But I can, you know, like I can say happy spring, happy Easter, happy something, happy anniversary. I'll leave that like that until I get to use it. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much, Deborah. Happy to share. And have a wonderful evening, rest of your evening, and a wonderful week. Okay? Thank you. See you next Sunday. Bye.